Hello everyone, my name is Nick and I will be teaching you two essential skill sets in the workforce today, prospecting and cold calling. The two are usually associated with sales and used to find potential customers and get them interested in your product. I'm sure many of you have come in contact with these in some shape or form. For example, political parties calling you to support them, or your bank calling you to introduce you to a new product. In the next few slides, I will be talking you through what prospecting is, what to look out for, what cold calling is, and show you some examples of a good cold call and bad cold call, respectively. So, let's all get our business hat on and get started. To start off, we need to look at a very simple business model here. Prospecting is a common skill used in the professional world to look for potential customers. It has many things in common with areas of marketing and is a core part of selling your product. This product can be yourself to find a job, for example, or it can be to find a sponsorship for the company you work for, or maybe you're Coca-Cola and you want to expand to a bigger market. Either way, you need to do a good job in prospecting to make sure you don't waste your time and focus on the correct market basis. Now, to get started, you would start with prospecting. Dictionary.com would have you believe that to prospect is to search or explore gold. Similarly, the business term of prospecting means to research for a potential client or customer. Another very important part of prospecting is to research about the potential client or customer so that you are able to provide them with the most attractive sales pitch. For example, when I was doing my prospecting for a company in search of a potential client, I would try and find out as much as I can about the company and tailor my cold call to the company. You might be asking yourself then, prospecting seems simple enough, but what should I look out for? For that, I'll show you an example of what I do. So here, I have given you a screenshot of the bone structure of prospecting. In my case, I was looking for a company that would be interested in my company's product. For that, I would search up a company, usually from viatech.com or any kind of networking companies, websites. Then I would find the contact name for the company from the company website. This will eventually tie into the cold calling, but you need to have someone to ask for direction. You do not want to be calling and saying, "Can I talk to your general manager?" You want to say, "I want to talk to Bob. I want to talk to Ryan, or I want to talk to Katie." Then you get the contact number, potentially an email, and write some notes about the company. What field is this company in? Tech? What kind of tech? Media hardware? Software engineering? For how many years has this company been in the market for? Moving on to the second part, many of you may be wondering, so what now? I did my homework. I got all the necessary information. How do I put this to good use? The next part is to jump into the real meaty side of today's lesson, cold calling. Cold calling is a term that is used to mean calling or meeting someone to make an unsolicited approach and sell them goods or services. I know it certainly is not a fun job and it can get scary, but I'll give you all you need, everything that you need to make the call. First part of cold calling is to sound professional and confident. Nobody wants to be talking to someone on the phone who does not sound confident or does not seem like it's worth their time. Remember, you are calling a stranger most of the time, unless you have met them somewhere. So, introduce yourself confidently with your name and why you're calling. The receiving end always likes to hear what this is about before you take any more of their time. Then, proceed to give your sales pitch. Here, I will show you an example of a bad cold call. Sadly, SoundCloud wasn't responsive and couldn't embed video sounds on Google Slides, so I put it up on YouTube. Hello, my name is Nick, and I'm calling on behalf of David's Tea, and yeah, so I was wondering if I could talk to your general manager because yeah, I just had some I'm calling, yeah, I'm calling about getting a sponsorship. I know, that was hideous, but as you can see, the voice does not sound confident. You don't seem to know what you're talking about, and the voice also stutters a lot. Immediately, the receiving end will probably hang up. But next, I'll show you a scene from the movie Wolf of Wall Street that really gave the best example of a cold call. So here, DiCaprio is going into a small investment company and to perform a cold call because the investment company said they'll give him a huge sum of money if he successfully sold quite a bit of stock. Do not worry about what he says, but pay attention to his voice and his enthusiasm as well as his professionalism in his call. We will also jump really quickly to the scene where he does the actual cold call instead of watching the first 2 minutes.
And I hope it happens. Hello, John. How you doing today? You mailed in my company a postcard a few weeks back requesting information on penny stocks that had huge upside potential with very little downside risk. Does that ring a bell? Okay, great. Well, reason for the call today, John, is something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute? Name of the company, Aerotine International. It is a cutting-edge, high-tech firm out of the Midwest awaiting imminent patent approval on a next generation of radar detectors that have both huge military and civilian applications. Now, right now, John, the stock trades over the counter at 10 cents a share. And by the way, John, our analysts indicate it could go a heck of a lot higher than that. Your profit on a mere $6,000 investment would be upwards of $60,000.
Jesus, that's my mortgage, man.
Exactly, you could pay off your mortgage.
This stock will pay off my house.
John, one thing I can promise you, even in this market, is that I never ask my clients to judge me on my winners. I ask them to judge me on my losers because I have so few. And in the case of Aerotine, based on every technical factor out there, John, we are looking at a grand slam home run.
Okay, let's do it. I'll do $4,000.
4,000, that'd be 40,000 shares, John. Let me lock in that trade right now and get back to you with my secretary with an exact confirmation. Sound good, John?
That sounds good.
Great. Hey, John, thank you for your vote of confidence, and welcome to the Investors Center.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Bye-bye.
How'd you fucking do that?
Just like that, I made $2,000. The other guys looked at me like I'd just discovered fire.
I really enjoy that scene because what he does is so similar to what I go through every day. Now, to close off today, I would like for you to come up with a way to track your records. Just a few moments ago, I showed you a picture of my Google Sheet. Now, I'll show it to you when it's filled out after the calls. I do apologize, I had to get rid of the names and contact numbers, but generally this is how I track my calls. As soon as I get a reply or email, I can immediately jump to this document and see who the call was from and what happened during the call. This is a great tip since in your position, you'll be making a ton of calls, and the last thing you want to do is mistake one company for another. So, thank you so much for your time today, and please go fill out the form with the link down below and give me a comment on how I did. And if you liked it, click that like button, and I'll see you later.